So Brink goes down to the X-Blades facility. He's got to swallow his pride because he knows his family needs help. And he, you know, he's the one that was preaching Soul Skaters. That's how he got this crew. That's how everybody knows him. Everybody knows him as this super chill guy. So, let me get back to my place and get a bike, because that's what I'm gonna need. I'm gonna need to get a bike, and I'm gonna need to try and bike all the way to Venice, because that's where this story begins. I'm not really thinking it through. I should probably just take a car, but that's not how Brink would act. Because as Brink would say, did you come here to talk, or did you come here to skate? Or no, when you woke up this morning, did you say, hey, I'm gonna talk, or did you say, hey, I'm gonna skate? Words to live by. That and skate better. Just skate better. So, I was saying, before I really interrupted myself with my overthinking of Brink's clothing, I have been watching a lot of Beyond Scared Straight clips on YouTube, and Scared Straight is where they bring in badass kids who have been acting hard. They bring them to prisons, penitentiaries, and they scare the living shit out of them in hopes that they don't... why can't I change the helmet? Put on a helmet. Put on a helmet. Are you not gonna put on the helmet? Shit. You better be putting on the helmet, man. Why doesn't he put on the fucking helmet? Now I'm just getting frustrated. Now I'm just getting absolutely frustrated that you're not putting on the damn helmet. Fine, whatever. Need to get down to here. And I don't remember exactly where the skate park is, but I know it's down here. So, Brink starts up with, he's hanging out with his family, he's getting ready for school. Well, not school, he's getting ready to go skate. It's the last day of summer. And all, his parents are like, wow, why are you so happy? And he's like, look, man, I'm excited. I'm going skating with my friends. It's the last day of summer. We get to go to school after that. And then his daughter, he doesn't have a daughter, he has a sister. The daughter of the family. His sister is sitting there, and she's like... What the hell? Oh. I was like, why didn't I hear fucking ticking? His little sister is like, oh, this is the worst. Okay, I gotta go to school in the morning. And his father's like, see? She's a normal child. He's a crazy kid. He's so happy. And that's the appeal of Andy Brinker in the movie Brink. He is happy about everything. He doesn't let anything sweat him. He has run-ins with one of the most evil villains a high school movie could possibly have, and he just laughs it off. He spits in his face, and he just goes on and deals. So he comes out, and his buddies are sitting on the bus stop, and they miss the bus to the beach where the pit is, and the pit is where they do their practicing for their inline skating. So what does he say? He says, guys, let's just skate down there. And they start skating, and we get the montage, and we get the music of my youth, of everybody's youth, the late 90s. I'm absolutely positive that's what we were all doing. And they skate down to the beach. And as they're skating, you know, they're pulling some tricks, they're having some fun, they're listening to good tunes. Everybody's smiling, happy, having themselves a great time. And of course, because it's a montage, they don't, you know, spend the entire time getting all the way to the beach. And I remember when I watched Brink, the second I got my Disney Plus, like I imagined all of us did, once they realized that the catalog of Disney Channel original movies would be there, they all immediately watched Brink and Halloween Town and Johnny Tsunami and... Yeah, exactly. Zach, you have it correct about Andy Brinker. He's untarnished, his untarnished youthful optimism. And of course, I went to read that, so get it correct, and I whiffed... Well, shit. Shit, that's not what I wanted to do. That is not Brink. I don't. Also, there's a thing in the corner that says the beast is stronger and faster than you. Inflict a lot of damage on it to bring it down. I don't know why, but that kind of sent me into a weird headspace. Like, am I facing my demons right now? But they're going down to the pit to do some skating to practice, because you know they're a competitive team. They skate for fun. They're soul skaters. They're soul skaters, but they practice because they have to hone those skills to be professionals. So they go down to the beach to practice at the pit, and as I'm sure you're aware, when it comes to the pit, there are rules. When you get there, it's your pit, right? And you have to stay in the pit until you leave the pit, and then it's no longer your session. It's somebody else's session. This comes into play later when we meet Team X-Blades and Val. Then, I'm sure you could tell, Team X-Blades and Val, they aren't cool guys, they're bad business. Oh, I thought that car was gonna hit me. Alright. They go down to the beach. Yeah, I know there's a skate park down here somewhere. Oh man, did I drive right to it? Oh shit, sorry dude, I'm sorry. What is this? What in the fuck? What is that? Oh, they're like racquetball courts? Okay. Okay, I'm stuck on the wall. Where is the skate park? I know there's a skate park down here. I've seen it before. There's big pieces of art. Nope, can't jump off that. Come on. I know it's here. I've seen it. Oh, is this it? Is this it? Are we seeing it? Oh, shit. Oh my gosh, I'm looking like an idiot. So, oh, here we are. So they're skating in the pit. Of course, I don't have a, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. I got the cops on me. Fuck, all I wanted to do was get in the pit and try to love someone. That's from Ba with the Ba. Okay, so they're in the pit and they're, you know, they're skating. They're soul skating. And Brinker has himself a run-in with Val, who's, you know, they're doing a not a cover shoot, they're doing a little spread for a magazine, like Inline Magazine. They're doing it over in the side. And the way Val tricks them, if I can get it set up, I wish I remembered all their names. I don't. I only remember Brinker. And who are the rest? I know that there's a Hispanic female character, which is pretty cool. They don't use it as a, you know, they don't like put a giant exclamation point on it. They just say, yeah, she's a first-generation American. Her mother is Peruvian. And they don't like make it the only part of the story. I'm getting harassed by police. Just trying to skate, man. Just trying to soul skate. I'm gonna have to get off the bike, I think, and run from the police. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Are they shooting at me? What? Why in the world do I have 2 stars? All I did was hit a guy with my bike. I didn't, like, shoot anybody? I don't think that dude died. If he died, then, I mean, that's more on him than me. Gabrielle, thank you. Thank you. Do you have IMDb? Oh shit, I fell off the bike. That's how Val gets him off. He scares a guy going for the 540, his best bud. You can tell he's his best bud. There's a 4th guy there who's he's the stoner. Let's be honest. He's the stoner in Pup and Suds. They don't say it explicitly, but he's the stoner of that skate crew. If there is a stoner. They probably all smoke just a little bit of weed. Fuck. Damn it. Okay, get on the beach. Get on the beach. We can get away from the police. Is that that's just an ATV out here? What? Why is this just here? What's the lifeguards? It's the lifeguards. Well, I'm just gonna steal this right now, because I can. Just so I can get a little farther away from the cops. So, Val scares... I think his name's Pete? I want to say it's Pete. It's probably not Pete. He scares one of the Pup and Sudsers off, and they're not even Pup and Suds at this point. They don't even have a team name. They're just soul skaters. They soul skate. They skull skate. So, this guy falls off the pit, the pit ramp, and he lands just outside the pit. And Val's out there, and he's making fun of him. You guys are pieces of shit. You're skating for free. What a bunch of suckers. Skating for free. Who skates for free? Besides any other person that skates, because you guys are the only professional inline skaters that we're aware of in the story. Skating for free. What a bunch of losers. Losers skating for free. And he's like, okay, Val, whatever. Like, we get it. You're a big shot. And then he's like, we got a session. He's like, you left the pit. I'm right. I knew it was right. It's fucking Peter. I knew it. And I don't know what the other dude's name is, but it's a stoner name. I don't know if you got IMDb up and you're reading me the info, but I'm pretty sure the other dude has a stoner name, like Jonesy or I don't know. I can't come up with stoner names right now. Not because I'm stoned. So he leaves the pit, right? Him, Brink, Gabrielle, Peter, Jimmy, Boomer. You're just gonna say stoner names until you're in there, Jordy. Not Worm. He's not Worm. Nobody was that vain. So they leave the pit to look after Petey, and of course Pete, you know, they're concerned because he gets hit. So they left the pit. So then Val and his homies are now taking pictures in the pit, not even to skate in the pit. Well, they're probably taking pictures of them skating, but they want the pit, so they take the pit. They are all in the movie. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's accurate. But Team X-Blade, you know, they're taking their photos. Oh man, that's fun. Anyway, I just admired my own trick there. Pretty stupid. Do you want to do it again? No, I'm not. So now X-Blade is in the pit, and Brinker goes up to some skateboarders. I'm looking at the list of characters. There's a character named Worm in Brink. I'm very curious as to who that could possibly be. And also, I'm not a doof. I'm just a fan of Brink without any knowledge of the other characters' names. I know one's dad, mom. Katie is his sister, because I believe he screams Katie and lifts her up above his head when he wins. Not to spoil it, but of course he wins. It's a Disney Channel original movie. He's a Christ-like figure. So I haven't even got past the first thing that you know. Brink is the best. He goes over to some skaters by the pit who are not skating at the pit, they're skating just off the pit. And he pulls a fast one. He goes up to him and he says, hey, skaters aren't just some inline wannabes, right? They're not just dumbasses. And he's like, wow, who's saying that shit? He's like, oh, that guy over there. Oh, wow, I got some road rash right on my eye. And he goes, oh, shit. So then he walks up to these guys doing a photo shoot. So these guys have some money. They're somewhat known. They probably would have had security if they were taking such a photo shoot. And it looks like he's gonna whoop his ass. Looks like he's gonna whoop his ass. The next they go to school. And I wish I could go to a school in this game, but for obvious reasons, to prevent controversy, there are no schools in Grand Theft Auto. Because imagine if you could, you know, go hog wild and shoot some folks in a school in a video game. Yeah, probably wouldn't go over well. So there are no schools in the video game. So I don't know where I'm gonna go to pretend it's a school. Maybe the mall? Maybe the mall. But anyway, they go to school, and Gabrielle's wearing a dress. And they're all like, oh man, that's harsh. And she's like, my mom's like, all the girls wear dresses to their first day of school in Peru. And she's like, yeah, this isn't fucking Peru, ma, because she's a fucking American, guys. She's acclimating to the culture. And you know what? She's doing it on her own terms. And that doesn't include being a stereotypical woman. She's a very feminist character. She does what she wants. And in that movie, she never relies on her femininity to make excuses for her character. And I'll get to that later if I get a fucking chance to. If I don't waste my time. Let's see. Where do I go? If I go back towards my house, I know where the mall is. So, it's also raining, which it never rains in Brink, ever. It's all beautiful, sunny Southern California without rain. So this is not on theme whatsoever. So Gabrielle's wearing a dress. She's also wearing these shitty-ass shoes. And Val comes up and, you know, gives him shit. You know, Val's not happy. He almost got beat up by a bunch of skaters. So he takes Petey's shoes after they're changing, because, you know, they were blading. You don't blade with your shoes on, you blade with blades. And then you take your shoes that you have in your backpack, you put them on, and you put your blades in your backpack. Well, he took his shoes, put them on a, I need to take a right here, I think. I think I know where I'm going, and that's a tree. So they take the shoes, string them up on a telephone wire. Or electrical wire. Not sure what those even are. But strings them up on a wire like you see in the ghetto. In bad parts, bad neighborhoods, shoes get thrown up on wires. You want to know why? Because there's been ritualistic hazing from cartoonish TV movie villains. Okay, so this is where you get sprayed, and should be right next to that is the mall, and I am right. So, they're in school, and after Val gives his, I don't know if it necessarily means it's a bad neighborhood if you got shoes on wires. I just know that the only times I've ever seen it is in such a... Well, some suburbs can be bad areas, homie. Also, we're getting sidetracked from what's important, and that's Brink. Okay? That is Brink, Andy Brinker and his friends. So, after Petey loses his shoes, Gabrielle, because she's a homie, because she's a friend, gives him a pair of her shoes that she was gonna change into when she got to school. So she changes into her oversized shirt, but she has to wear heels the rest of the day, and it shows that they're friends. It shows that they're ride or die pals. You know, they were the original Fast and Furious family, the Brink kids. So I'm trying to remember the first beat. Oh yeah, the first day of school. And this is actually good, because I'm by the school in this game, which is the mall. While they're there, they do a little back and forth, you know, ragging on each other, a little back and forth hazing. And they say, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna settle this. We're gonna settle this in school the way every, you know, group does. We're gonna have the beast okay, I don't know what was happening in that event, but it's over now, so who cares? We're gonna have an old-fashioned inline skating relay race. Like all the kids do when they have beef. They have inline skating relay races. So they set up the course in the school. No teacher knows about this. Don't know how, because they set it up through a lot of hallways. And then they have the race. And the race is intense. It's intense inline skating action. And they're going through hallways and they're doing jumps. That was kind of embarrassing what I just tried to do. But they're going crazy. Oh shit. And they gotta tag each other right, and they're going over crazy jumps, and they're doing crazy stuff. And there's like nobody actually getting hit in the Disney version, and they're going downhill and they're going nuts, they're going crazy. And then one of the Team X-Blades guys, who's racing Brink at the time, he takes a massive fall. I'm talking like hot dog shit fall, and I want to replicate it as soon as I figure out who. Oh, okay, well, we're gonna pretend I got turned around here. We're gonna... Damn it, I can't make myself fall. I can fall just trying to ride around, but when I try to make myself fall, it ain't happening. Alright, so here's how we're gonna do it. But the black member of X-Blades, because it's a cultural mosaic, Brink. It was Boomer, played by the former Black Power Ranger Walter Emmanuel Jones. You are 100% correct. And I would be remiss if that information wasn't given. Boomer is the one that gets hurt. And it's important that Boomer is the one that gets hurt. Because he takes a hitter. I'm just going to get hit by a car. Fuck it. And then, of course, none of the cars are coming down the street. Okay, so he takes a hit. And while he's down, Val, his captain, is like, don't be a wuss, and slaps his hand so he can move on. And Brink, he sees that a fellow blader is hurt. Sure, they have differences. Sure, that they don't like each other. Sure, they have very different philosophical beliefs about skating, whether you should be paid for doing it or not. But what does he do? He sees a guy hurt, he picks him up. He goes down, he makes sure he's okay, and sure enough, teachers see, and he gets suspended. So he's in the car with his dad. I don't know. I'm feeling really Brink right now, so I don't want to steal somebody's car. So I'm just gonna pretend this bike is a car. And while he's riding with his dad's like, "How could you be suspended before even the first full day is out? And you were suspending for skating? How?" Like it's. One thing I love about this movie is the dad is portrayed very well. He is a very good dad character because he's pragmatic. He's funny. He's dad funny. The jokes are very dad-centric, where he's like, this kid's crazy. Where did my son go? This one talks like an alien. Who is this? You're doing, like, player shit, but you're an NPC. That's scary. Alright, well, see you later. And he has a talk with his dad, and his dad's like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. And that night, his dad and his mom have a loud conversation about how the money's, you know, getting tight because he went on disability because he got hurt. And she's like, look, man, we'll figure out the money. It's not a big deal. I'll get a couple houses sold. She's a real estate agent. He works construction. He hurt his back. And now, you know, things are tight. And Brink, who I believe he started high school. So what, he's 18, 17, 16, 15 years old? He started high school at 15? 14, 15? 14, 15? I mean, it doesn't seem right. He seems older, but I'm terrible with ages. He hears all this, and he says, you know what? The X-Blades have an open spot for competition because Boomer is now hurt. Boom, roughly, yeah. So I got around the same one. What the hell? Why is everybody so scared of me? I'm not even doing anything. Oh, there's a collectible right there. I see that collectible. How do I get that collectible? So Val comes up to him, and it's pretty interesting because Val he lays the seeds. Because he knows that Brink's family is on tough times. So he lays down the seeds, and he says, look, Boomer's not going to be ready for competition, means we got an open spot. Anybody want to join Team X-Blades? And of course, the Soul Skaters, our crew, Petey, Gabrielle, and the stoner guy, whose name I won't remember, I think it's Jordy, I'm pretty sure it's Jordy. They go, like, why would we ever want to skate for you, man? We skate for our soul. We're soul skaters. He says, okay. All right. And as he walks away, he's talking to his crony, who is the perfect crony. He's also one of the bad kids in Little Giants. I don't remember his name, and I don't know the actor's name. But as he walks away, Val's like, he'll be there. And sure enough, Brink goes to their training facility, which is going to be another skate ramp. And I'm going to find it right now with this thing, ramp. Skate park. Wow, these people are just rude, man. All I'm doing is riding a bike. All right, I gotta find this skate park. Okay, based on where I see here. Wow, these guys are really fucking rude, man. should be right about here. Okay. So Brink goes down to the X-Blades facility. He's got to swallow his pride because he knows his family needs help. And he, you know, he's the one that was preaching Soul Skaters. That's how he got this crew. That's how everybody knows him. Everybody knows him as this super chill guy. Peaceful. Because that's another thing. Val and all the homies, you know, he was beefing with them, but there was no violence. He didn't succumb to violence. He could have been a very different person to that guy. And you know what? He always came back at him with a smile and did his best to just put Val in his place. Shit, did I not go to the right place? Where is this fucking skate park? I got there by accident once, and now I cannot fucking find it. Where am I? Big ol' half pipe and a couple launching ramps. How am I not in the right place? This is not very entertaining, but why can't I find you? Damn it. I'm just gonna have to go around this area and see if I can find it. But Brink, he swallows his pride and he shows up to the lion's den. He shows up where he knows he's gonna have to eat spoonfuls of shit from these dudes. And he says, hey man, only for the competition, I need the money, and we don't tell anybody. And Val, because he's a spiteful prick, he says sure. He goes back on that and acts like a complete asshole to try and get people to find out that he's skating for X-Blades. But Brinker tries to do it to better his family. And I can't find that skate park, and it's fine, because I'll just tell the story. I'll just retell what happens. Fuck. Where is the skate park? It just bothers me because I definitely saw it once, and I don't know where it could possibly be. Okay. Oops, sorry. Sorry, ladies. Sorry. So, he goes to dinner. Brink. And he's with his family. And he goes, hey, you know what? Sorry. That's pretty funny, the way I landed there. He says, look, you know, things are getting tight around here. I know it. And, how about I get a job? And, you know, the parents are like, look, you don't have to do that. Like, it's not that bad. We'll make it work. We always made it work. We'll make it work. And he's like, look, I can get a job skating. And his dad pulls a dad move, you know, the responsible thing. And he says, no, you will not skate for money. You won't do it. You got suspended for skating. And in a hilarious dad moment, he's like, you got suspended on your first day for what was that? And then his little sister goes, skating. And he's like, thank you, sweetheart. Skating. So then he's dejected because now he has to tell the X-Blades guys he won't do it. But instead, he just says he'll suffer quietly, he'll disobey his father, and he'll eat the crow, and he'll put in the work. But he'll do it to help his family because he sacrifices. The man is the guy's a saint. We should have nominated Andy Brinker for sainthood, the fictional character, for all he does in Brink. So he's now in Team X-Blades and he's practicing with his own crew. So he's got to lead this double life. It's got to be eating him up inside, where he's got to pretend, no, I can't skate, guys. I'll get there when I can. I'm sorry. You know, problems here, there, everywhere. Oh my gosh, where is this fucking skate park? I know I've seen it. I know I've seen it around here. Where is it? And then his dad sees him, and he's like super tired, and he's like, yeah, you know, just super tired, bad day. He's like, what's up? What do you want to talk to me about? He's like, I got you a job. And he's gotten him working at Pup and Suds, washing dogs. And he says, man, I don't have time to do that. I got so much to do. And he's like, what? What do you have to do? And don't tell me skating, which is literally what's taking up half of his time. So Brink has to put on himself. And so this is where I live, so I definitely went past it. Somewhere in these fucking back alleyways. I have no idea where. I thought the damn map would help me. It did not. All I want to do is find the half pipe. Maybe I'll find it. Yeah, I'll find it when I take my first break. So now he's working a job. He's working 2 jobs where he skates at X-Blades, where Val is getting a little jealous. He's got a little jealousy, you can tell, because there's a very intense moment with his crony and him where Brink just slays a set on the half pipe. And Val's like, is that what you call going hard? You're gonna have to go harder than that. And like the cronies are like, man, he did a good job. He's like, good? I want perfect. Like, you know, he's being a classic villain asshole. Alright? Because he senses he'll lose respect amongst his crew because everybody knows Brinker's a better skater. Brink's a better skater, he's a better person than Val. And the big Act 2 reveal, because it's a lot of montages. I'm gonna be honest. This Disney Channel original movie makes use of a lot of montages where it's a lot of him skating, a lot of him working, a lot of him being tired, a lot of him trying to do his work, and then his parents mention like, hey, he's not the same kid he used to be happy. He used to smile. Now he's like down in the dumps and we don't know why. What's the deal? What is the dealio? We had the greatest kid in the world and he always seemed to be in good spirits, but now he's just not having it. And then comes the day of the competition, which I hope I could find the half pipe for that, and it looks like I won't. Where the hell is it? It comes to the day of the competition. His team is supposed to be in it, but so is Team X-Blades, and he can't skate for both. He also doesn't want his team to find out that he's skating for Team X-Blades. So he pulls a Ferris Bueller's Day Off, pretends he's sick. He has a fake fever, he's like fake coughing. His best bud comes to check on him, and he's like, look, man, I don't even want you to think about skating today. Don't go down there. I'm sorry. I can't do it for you guys. I apologize. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And he's like, don't worry about it, man. Don't even worry about skating. Worry about your health. And he bails. Puts on his gear, goes down to skate for X-Blades. He gets there. Oh, shit. Is it here? Fuck. Damn it. I'm never going to find this thing. Damn it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look it up after the first break, which will be after the second act reveal. Because he goes to this competition, he kills for Team X-Blades. His rivals, he kills for them. Wearing sunglasses, hoping to be some other guy. There's tons of jokes in the film where people are like, oh, I heard they got another guy. I heard he's really, really good. And Brink is like, yeah, I heard he's like a giant, like, Samoan guy. You know, that's a little... it's a little hint towards Moana in the future, about 15 years. And I'm pretty sure I'm going all the wrong places. Is this a parking lot? Oh, shit. Damn. Oh, wow, that is very surprising I got through that. He gets done with his section of the competition and comes down, and he gets confronted by his team because they decided we should at least go see the competition. And PD, you know, he was trying to keep to what his friend told him to do, which was stay put and keep practicing. And he's like, no, and Gabrielle's like, no, we should check out the competition. It's stupid. We should go see who we're skating. Like, maybe we could catch the end of it. And they see that it's Brinker. They see that it's Andy Brinker. One thing I didn't mention because I completely forgot, there's this skeevy manager for Team X-Blades who tempts him. Like, you know, it's the classic Satan moment where it's like, you want your name, you want your face on all the magazines, you want all the free gear, you want this, all you gotta do is sign the contract. and make sure your parent. He also kind of like, just kind of like off the cuff is like, your parents are cool with this, right? Like that's probably the weirdest part of the movie, seeing it as an adult, where it was just like, hey, your parents are cool with this, right? He's like, yeah, my parents are cool. He's like, cool, then we're in business, handshake. Which is like, no, that wouldn't happen. His parents would have to be there if he's under 18. There's no way that you're agreeing to child labor of any kind without parent permission. Anyway, not important. What is important is that this confrontation, they're upset, call him a sellout, say he's a piece of shit, and they bail on him. And Val, he says what the cartoon villain would say, which is, well, I guess you don't have to worry about them anymore. You can now be full in Team X-Blades. And this is the low point of the movie. This is the rock bottom. This is when the movie, it gets its darkest. And before we do that, I am going to take a break to stretch my back. So I will be right back after some quick stretching. Alright. I'm back. And I have prepared, as I was stretching, I've tried to prepare as much as I could to explain the second half of Brink in Grand Theft Auto, and we'll see if that works. Okay, so when we left off, his secret is out. Brink was skating for X-Blades, which makes him a traitor to his soul skating crew. Which believes you skate for the fun of it, and X-Blades, they're corporate, man. They're sellouts. They skate for money. They skate for their precious dollar bills. And Brink was a part of that because his family was struggling. And instead of, bringing that up to his friends and talking about helping them, he just did it secretly, so it's more of a betrayal. It continues with more montage of how shitty Brink is nowadays. He's not happy. There's even a conversation with his parents about how unhappy he is when he used to be the happiest kid. Remember, at the beginning of this movie, he was happy to go back to school, to start high school, rather than screw around all day skating with his soul skater buddies. And now he's in the pits of despair because he has to work basically three jobs. Well, now only two. But the Pup and Suds and working for Team X-Blades, and now he doesn't even have his friends anymore. Then Team X-Blades and the other crew, who are trying to find who their fourth guy is, and it's not going well. They both decide they want to practice the downhill, which the downhill is the third event of the skating invitational that they're going to have, which is, as most skating competitions go, as far as I know from Brink, there are three events. There is the skate street, where you do tricks on various types of ramps. Then there's the vert, where you do the half pipe and you get a lot of air. And then there's the downhill, where you race. I don't know how many inline skating competitions actually have a downhill, because I would imagine that the tricks are what's for sale and racing really isn't. I think they did this to manufacture more of a dramatic ending for the movie. But anyway, at this skating invitational, there's a downhill, and both teams try to practice it. And, when they show up, there's beef, there's bad blood. And they say, how about this? How about you get one of our guys? Val proposes. You have one of your guys. I'll have one of my guys. We'll do the downhill, and whoever wins gets to keep practicing. And they agree, and Gabrielle jumps in because she's impetuous. She's aggressive. She takes charge. And Val, because he's a dick, says, well, you ready? And assumes Brink is going to do it. He's going to have to race his former teammate. And Gabrielle, gives him some shit before the race starts. But before even that happens, Val tells Brink, hey, there's going to be a big turn on this specific part of the hill. I believe like the fifth turn. Stay on the outside. And Brink's like, why would I stay on the outside? You never take the outside of a turn. And he's like, just listen to me. Because Val's up to some bad business. That's how Val operates. That's why you don't mess with Val. That's why you don't deal with Val. So they decide to take the race, and they start racing, you know? And Brink, he's racing Gabrielle. He's racing his friend. And, you know, they're exchanging words. They're, you know, I thought this would be much faster. This hill is not very downhill, but I want to make sure to have a turn. Let's just try it. Oh, shit balls. Okay, so this is better. Val equals human garbage. I don't know why it censored that. Val equals human garbage. He is. He's really the worst. So they hit this turn that he was told about, and Val hits some gravel, because Val put some gravel on the road. Val put gravel on the road. Gabrielle is crunched. She gets major road rash. And you know, this is the final straw for Brink. He's not dealing with it. He's not having it. He has it out with him. He tries to make amends with her. And the come to Jesus moment of this film is when he's talking to Gabrielle, who went to the hospital for falling down on the street. It was not as bad as needing a hospital. As I rewatched it. Oh, damn. See, that one might need a hospital. Just the severity of the fall I just took. But she just, you know, rolled on the ground. I've done that a lot of times as a kid, and I ended up fine. But she, you know, she's laid up, and Brink, Brink has a moment with Gabrielle. He has a moment with his father where he admits that he's been skating this whole time for money. He did it to, bring in some income to the house, and his dad said, you know, he gives him a dad talk. And I don't know all the words to the dad talk, but the important thing he took from it was, skating is what you do, it's not who you are. Basically says he's a good kid, and he knows that his son will do all right. If he tries hard and tells the truth, he's a good person and everybody likes him. And then he confronts Val. He confronts Val at the pier and throws a chocolate shake in his face, basically going, I'm done with your bullshit. You know? You've been treating people like shit. You used my family's income situation to get me on your team, because you know I'm fucking good. You're a piece of shit. You're human garbage. You were right, Zach. Val is human garbage. And he manipulated human saint Andy Brinker for his dastardly deeds. So they have themselves a competition. And Brink, to get back in with his homies, sponsors them with the company that he works for, Team Pup and Suds, by basically spending all the money he made with them, which is kind of sad, because basically all the money he earned to try and give to his family is now given to this team for these sweet uniforms, which I couldn't recreate without spending a lot of time in the clothes store, but it's basically like super silvery and purpley and bluey, and you know, they're they're awesome uniforms, and they you know, they go into the competition together. They're Team Pup and Suds. And Team X-Blades, you know, they try to intimidate him. They show up, and I remember this is like, oh my god, Team Pup and Suds, you guys get paid in kibbles and bits, right? You know, and they just, you know what they do? They did what Brink did when Brink was at full Brink. When Brink was 100% Brink, he took their insults and he said, you know what? Who cares? We're here to skate. We're not here to make fun of each other. And they have themselves a competition. Now, I can't recreate the entire competition, and it's almost like a fourth of the movie. But suffice it to say, it's a dramatic sports montage-y competition. You know, the team goes up and down. Petey, who's been practicing a 540 the entire movie, you know, the the thing where it seems like every time they're in a skate park and they're practicing, they're like, Pete, I want to see a 540. I want to see it happen. And every time he like just doesn't make it or it doesn't work. And then during the vert competition, when they need like a perfect score to get through, he pulls off a 540. There is a very cute moment when during the skate, that will highlight it with this. During the skate, Brink falls down, and then he tries to, you know, bring it up with some very flashy, cool shit, and he gets an okay score. Not a great score, but an okay score for his performance. And he comes back in, and he's like, oh, I totally nailed it on that one trick. And his sister says, Brink, or he says to her brother, skate better. And because Brink is a shaman, is a saint, because he is one with the universe, he could have, because he's the older brother. I was a younger sibling. I had an older brother. And if I had said that to my brother when he was playing baseball, knowing nothing about fucking baseball, he probably would have socked me in the arm. But what does Brink do? He hears skate better from his little sister, and he goes, skate better. Skate better. That's all I gotta do is skate better. And he went out there, and what did he do? He fucking skated better. Because Brink, he takes the criticism, and he comes out the other side a better person. That's why Brink is a damn saint. And I'm saying all this as I'm doing no tricks on the half pipe, but just using the half pipe like I'm playing Dave Mirra BMX and I don't know any of the controls. Oh, I got blood. I got blood on the ramp there. I'm giving you blood, sweat, and tears. During the competition, when he's on the vert, actually, there is this talk before the competition starts, or in the middle of the competition, that Brink's dad got called into the office about, and we don't know what for. It might be for getting his job back. And then while he's up on the vert ramp, before he does his run, where he does very well after the skate better pep talk from his sister, his dad shows up and tells his wife, Brink's mom, I start on Monday, and she, you know, she has herself a wonderful reaction to it. No tricks needed, just sainthood. You're right, Zach. No tricks needed. Just give Brinker some sainthood. What's happening, Vatican? I'm gonna be honest. You're not the most popular thing right now, Vatican. You're not. You know, you've had your ups and downs. You've had your troubles. Why don't you just do us a solid? Do all of us who grew up in that generation loving Brink, do us a solid. Just give him sainthood. Just give it to him. We know he deserves it. There's no question that he deserves it. Just give it to him. I'm trying to reload something that just fell apart on me right now. Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. But while he's getting ready for the competition, can I get up here? Nope. Aha. Haha, bike. Nope, nope, nope. Fuck. I'm trying to get on top of the thing. I'm trying to get on top of the thing. Fuck. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, okay. Is there an emote? Or is there an emote for just a thumbs up? Let's find out. Come on, emote. Where are you? Action, action. Salute, jerk, blow kiss, air thrusting dock, knuckle punch, slow clap, face bomb, thumbs up. Ha-ha! Okay, so he's over here, and his dad gives him the thumbs up. Well, Brink, because he's awesome. He goes like this to his dad. And then his dad goes, ha-ha! And then he goes, all right, Dad! And then he starts his vert run, which is next to perfect, because now he's learned, hey, the financial troubles are over. I can keep doing the thing I love for no money, and keep doing it as a passion, because the universe granted me something that I desperately needed. Because I stood up to my bullies. I stood up to the people that deserve to be stood up to. And I have done the right thing. And I am not vamping to try and get my computer to load the chat so I can actually read what people are saying without looking all the way to my other computer. I'm not doing that. I am just highlighting the importance of that moment. What the hell is happening to this thing? I don't understand. Fine. Fine. Fine, I'll bring it up on my phone. So he nails the vert. And now it's down to 2 teams. 2 teams go to the final round, which is the downhill. And conveniently, those 2 teams are Team Pup and Suds and Team X-Blades. That's who's going. That's who's going to the big show. Team Pup and Suds, Team X-Blades. And there's a great moment leading up to the race. The raced? It's a race, but with a T. It's Ice-T's race. There's a moment leading up to the race. Where him and Val have it out. And Val gives his opinion on you know, on Brink shenanigans. And Brink just says, win or lose. He's like, yeah, I want to win, but win or lose, at the end of the day, I'm not you. And it's a good day. And that's kind of like, oh, it's just a smart-assy thing to say to your rival. Hey, you know, I could win or lose this situation, this thing, this competition, but at the end of it all, I'm not you. I'm not Moriarty. I'm not the Joker. I'm Sherlock Holmes. I'm Batman. I'm the hero. People like and respect me. You, Val, are a bitch. You are someone we dislike. We never want to be anything like you. And at the end of the day, I'm not you. I'm Brink. I'm someone who's respected in this community. Sure, you got the money. You got the cover of magazines. You got all this stuff. But you know what you don't have? Decency. You don't have the humanity of me, Andy Brinker. And then they start going on this race. And it is crazy. It's treacherous. It's a downhill. There's a lot of, you know, it's weird. I'm going to go on the freeway on my bike. That's going to represent the intensity of this race. I didn't plan for that, but let's do it. I don't think it's going to be as intense. You know what? We're going to make it more intense. So, they're doing this downhill. Downhill's getting crazy. You know, they're doing crazy jumps. The music is on cue with the stuff they're doing. It's absolutely bonkers. Whoa, shit. And since the beach is not as close as I'd hoped, and I thought it'd be much more of a downhill straight there situation, I'm trying to make it more interesting by weaving it out of cars. But they're doing this downhill, right? And it's good versus evil. It's not David and Goliath. It is God and the devil. It is Brink versus Val. Pup and Suds versus X-Blades. Actually, that's something I could talk about really quick. There's this independent... Guy, come on. There's this independent screen printer. Speakeasy. I follow them on Instagram, and I follow them on Instagram for this one thing that they hinted at, which is Brink related. Because there's this band called Pup, which I got into because Ben actually was like, hey, you should listen to Pup. They're the shit. And turns out they are quite the shit. And this print shop, Speakeasy, they posted just a little tease of a possibility. Something that isn't going to be made for sure, but it's possible. And it's a black and white of Team Pup and Suds with... It's Team Pup and Suds in black and white. Oh, wow. Wait, am I not... I'm in passive mode. I don't know how they could have shot me. That's scary and weird. I'm going in the pool. Going in the pool! Ah! Oh, fuck, I lost my bike. Damn it. I did not think of that through. My mental state, I just jumped into a pool with my bike. Fuck. Oh, and I can't... Oh, damn it, and I can't get a bike from my mechanic. Damn it! Anyway, so the shirt is... It says Pup and Suds, and it's in the font from the first Pup album. They're self-titled. and it's Pup and Suds in that font with a black and white photo of the Pup and Suds team from Brink. I want it. They haven't actually put it on a shirt yet. It bothers me that it hasn't happened, because I want it so bad. I want it in my wardrobe. So the second Speakeasy puts it up, I'm buying one. So please do that as soon as possible, Speakeasy, so I can wear it on my body. Anyway, so they do this race. Goes all the way down to the beach. And there's a moment... I guess I could have used that jump in the pool. There's a moment where Brink takes a hit. He gets hit, and he takes a fall. And this has happened 3 times. Oh, not him. Val. Val takes a fall, and it's happened 3 times. Person takes the fall, and Brink stops to help him. He comes over, and he goes, "Hey man, come on, let's go." And he's like, "You're always too dumb to finish a race when the man was down." And he goes, "Let's count on it." And he pulls him to the ground. A guy with a camera catches it, but then Val gets up and tries to win the race after cheating. So our boy Brink gets on his skates and hoofs it. He kind of cheats by going off the course to get in front of him, and they get into a dead sprint, and then Brink ends up winning. He ends up winning the competition. Which, you know, the point of the whole thing was do your best, do what you love, and you'll be successful, win or lose. He gives that speech before the competition even begins, where he looks at his team Pup and Suds and he says, "Win or lose, no matter what. Skating is what we do. It's not who we are." And then Jordy, his stoner friend's like, "Man, that's like deep." That's how you know that dude's a stoner. That dude loves the gone. She loves the devil's lettuce, and that's fine. I mean, well, it's not fine because he's a minor, but you know, we all have our own life experiences. Petey, I'll say, maybe I'll just spend the rest of this time analyzing the characters. I think Petey is like a fucking nerd. If I were to guess, if we were to pull the lens back, I know for a fact he has a stepfather, because that. What the hell? I'm walking here, man. It may say bikes only, but it doesn't say cops. Fuck. Jeez. Oh man, maybe I can find that ATV. Nope, that's just gone. Fuck. I did not think about this. Whoa, whoa, shit. Fucking A. He just hit that poor woman. Oh wait, there it is. Oh my god, do not steal that. Do not steal that ATV. Okay, cool. I can at least drive that around. We know about Petey's character from Brink. No one respects the bike lane. No one respects these sunbathers. Like, I'm not a monster, man. I just wanted to retell Brink. But Petey or Peter, we know that his, well, he has a stepfather who he doesn't respect. But I'm pretty sure if we were to pull out onto his life and we were to examine it more, I bet he's more of an intellectual. I bet he's nerdy. You know what? I'm gonna even go a little bit further. Bet Petey digs Star Trek. He's one of those guys. He digs like deep sci-fi, but he also likes skating, likes the technical aspect. That's why he's trying to do a 540. He's probably into the spins and whatnot. He's into the shit that you know, makes people's heads spin. That wasn't intentional. He's into the shit that make people go ooh and ah. And it's something that he can do that's physical, that's interesting, that's pretty athletic, and it keeps him Look, man, I don't wanna deal with your gang business, man. I just want to talk about Brink on my lifeguard ATV that I stole. At least I know what to do if I want to reenact Baywatch starring The Rock and that one dude. Wait, how did I get a police? What did I do? I didn't do shit. Oh, I found another half pipe. You know what that means. We're doing the ATV half pipe. But Jordy and Brink, he's clearly a stoner, man. There's parts where he gets easily confused, where he's like kind of like his interest in what he talks about. He's definitely the stoner. And let's be honest, I mean, oh shit. Okay, that's not gonna work. If we pulled out a little more on their lives, I'm pretty sure that Brink and Jordy, later in high school, they would experiment in weed. And probably Jordy, at least. I think they'd be doing a little mushrooms. They'd be doing some, you know, they'd be on some mushrooms, going into the forest, seeing some shit. That's just what I gather from their vibe. I don't necessarily think they would abuse it. I think Jordy probably has a support system. Please try that again. I'm gonna try it once I get rid of the cops so they don't shoot me dead. And then I'm gonna go back and do it. I'm gonna remember how to get back there. And if I don't, you can tell me because you're paying attention. At least I hope so. Weasel Plaza. Plaza for weasels. Oh my gosh, this thing's getting all types of scrunched up. But I also think that Brink and Gabrielle, they probably, you know... There we go. Now they're off my back. I bet Brink and Gabrielle, they give it a shot. They try a romantic relationship, and I don't think it works. I think they find out pretty quick it doesn't work. Gabrielle and Brink or Gabrielle and Petey. Shit, how do I get here? Damn it. I said I wasn't gonna lose it. I said I wasn't gonna lose it. And I fucking lost it. Where is it? Oh, it's right over there. What the hell? What the hell? Is it because they know? I think it's because they know this is stolen because I'm not a lifeguard. How do you know I'm not a lifeguard? How do you know I'm not a lifeguard? Oh, I can do Space Jam here. How do you know I'm not a lifeguard? Why? Because I'm on the vert ramp? Oh. Yeah, got it. Son of a bitch. Okay, it's a lot harder than the bike. I'm just gonna say that right now. It's a lot harder than the bike. Oh, God. Shit. Oh, okay, it's not as smooth, not as easy as oh God. What else? Also, I think if I were to guess, their future careers. Oh, jeez. Gabrielle becomes just a titan of business. She doesn't take anybody's shit. She gets right in their face. She doesn't adhere to any, you know, stereotypes of what a proper lady is. She doesn't do that shit. So I'd imagine she probably finds some other passion. It's kind of like The Sandlot, which is another movie that I wish I could do on here. I don't know how I would do it. Because I don't think I've ever seen a baseball field in this game. But it's probably around somewhere. But these kids, while they liked baseball, eventually they moved away from baseball. Baseball wasn't life for them. But baseball was life for Benny the Jet Rodriguez. And just like that, in Brink, skating is life to Brink. Winning was life to Val, and that's why he lost. But skating is what's life to Brink, and to him, skating is the answer, man. It's like surfing in Point Break, which is another movie I did on here, which I'm sure makes no sense if we go back and watch it, just like this one. But surfing is the answer, man. It's the reason, it's the life force in Point Break. That's all Bodhi, Patrick Swayze's character, is looking for. He's looking for that life essence, and that's what Brink is looking for. He's looking for how he feels when he gets on them skates and starts the skating. That's what we're all looking for. We're all looking for that passion. We're all looking for that thing that we can do that makes us feel energized. And right now, for me, that's talking about movies while playing a game, sort of, whatever. Thank you for saying that about my Point Break. But I think if we went back to a Brink 20 years later, which judging by how Disney Plus is doing their business, we might just do that. I think they're just gonna reboot and sequel fucking everything that's ever existed as a Disney property. Oh, grind it up. Okay. I think you would find that Andy Brinker. Oh, okay. That was not a good jump. I don't even know where I am. Where the hell? Where it? Oh, I'm just in a... It's pretty bad. That was a bad jump. But yeah, to Brink, skating is life, and I'm sure whatever those kids found as life would be the thing, but there's a possibility that Jordy ended up, you know, like Burning Man, mushrooms, living in a van. Which, hey man, if that's your journey, if that's your existence, man, fuck, if you're happy, who cares? Who gives a fuck? Life is too short to be giving a fuck about society's norms. But I think Jordy's norms may not be society's norms, if you catch my drift. If you're picking up what I'm putting down. I also love the idea if anybody came into this stream late, they're like, who the fuck is Jordy? Who is Brink? What are you talking about? That movie came out when I was a fucking, like, when I wasn't even a thought. My dad hadn't even created my genetic material yet when you're talking about fucking Brink and Point Break. But no, Brink is important. It's a movie you gotta see. It's amazing. It's like The Big Lebowski. The story isn't as important, even though the story of Big Lebowski is amazing. The story of Brink isn't what's important. The character of Brink is what's important. Because he sacrificed and sacrificed and sacrificed, and in the end came out the better person because he intrinsically is the better person. Better than all of them. He's better than everybody. He just made a mistake and he didn't know how to come clean about it. He didn't know how to express... Oh yeah, we got another one right here. Boom. No, not you. I didn't mean to kill you. I'm talking about half pipes. Come on. So yeah, if they were to do that Sandlot thing, I mean, Petey, he'd probably be like a software engineer. Or like some tech company or some like crazy YouTube thing about skating. Jordy, you know, probably custom work on vans / pool cleaning. It's a reference to Airheads, another movie I might do, because that movie's amazing. But you know, that's what the importance of Brink is. Brink the character and the message of do what you love and don't care if you get paid for it because life is too short. And the message of that one, it's because you're also a child. You finally put the fucking helmet on. I wanted him to put that helmet on with all of the bike shit, and he never did. And then he finally put the fucking helmet on. God, that's a great... That is a fantastic, not ending, but climax to the Brink talk.